Yes, good day to everyone from Malaysia. It's late evening on my side. Yes, I will be sharing with you one of the case study that we and our partners has been done during the COVID time. Of course, you can see there's a collaboration from 4 different universities and from 4 different parts of the world. So let me first show you this video. I'm sure that you can see the video now, like the slide is changed, right? Yes, okay.
We can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Hi, can you mute yourself? We can hear Daniel.
Why do you let him talk and these things you're listening to?
Can you?
I think we have lost them. Maybe they are not connected.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm the only one.
Yeah, Sophia, what is the problem just now?
My password, it tell me that my password is wrong.
Okay, so yes, these sort of problems during the COVID situation, our kids was facing during the online schooling usually, and I will not talk go into the detail of the challenges that in online schooling or online learning what the kids were facing. Carlo already mentioned about it a lot, and especially the net suitability of the existing Zoom or Skype or those tools, that they're not really designed for online learning specifically. So we were looking at it specifically from the perspective that the technology push may not be work only, but we need to go beyond that. And in terms of smart ecosystem, smart learning ecosystem, which emphasize on participation and collaboration more. And then if we want to develop that smart ecosystem, maybe engagement of the children in co-designing that smart ecosystem will be an interesting perspective. So we have this great collaboration from 4 universities where there were researchers, team 7 researchers, 2 researchers from each university and 1 an educational psychologist. The universities are National University of Science and Namibian University of Science and Technology, as well as Tokyo University from Finland, University of Technology Sarawak, and Oldenburg University from Germany. We have the 6 school children engaged with that, 3 schools from 1 from each country, from Namibia, Finland, and Malaysia, and 2 students from each country were engaged in online and co-located sessions. On top of that, their teachers were also engaged. We have 4 developers, undergrad students, so part of the activities. And in terms of getting feedback and getting feedback on the design ideas, we also engaged one of the class, whole class from each country. So how the activities happened? We had the initial planning session. In the planning session, we discussed about it, that what could be the co-design session in the online online environment. In online environment, we have the 6 children, 2 children from each country were involved, as well as the developers. one facilitator from Alderman University with an educational psychologist. In online sessions, we have different teams where the children worked to bring out the design ideas. After the online session, then we had a reflection session. After the reflection session and preparation for the next co-located session. So these 6 children, they need to go back to their classroom and share their ideas and then get feedback and bring that feedback back to the next online session. So we have around 10 of these sessions happened. After 10 of this session happened, we improved our model. The model, one of the improvement of the model was the importance of the co-located session and the preparation for the co-located session. Now I will go very quickly to the takeaways. In takeaways, maybe I can explain more in detail. So first takeaway was this hybrid model for design-based learning. Initially, in our case, we were thinking that the preparation and reflection of the online session will be the most important aspect, which can connect the online and co-located session. But then we found that this preparation of co-located session and engagement of the students and children in preparation for co-located session is also a very important aspect. That is one of the part that was added after the case study. The second one is the usage context. In terms of our usage context, our smart learning ecosystem was designed for specifically for the K1-2 students, but we are thinking that it can work in the other contexts also, and we will also explore it. Currently, we are exploring it with the high school students as well as the undergrad students. The second one is that we found it that for those children who work as a link between as a designer and they work as a link between the online session and co-located session. For those children, the communication skill is one of the important aspects. That they need to have the strong communication skills. In terms of the numbers of the students, for the online session, we found 6 numbers or fewer is more appropriate. In our previous study, the number were more than 6, like it was tried with 10 or 12, but the result of the 6 or fewer was much better in the online design sessions. Other than that is the facilitator role for the online and co-located session, both are very important. Very specifically, the role of the facilitator who was not part of the classroom setting was important, who was a moderator. And she was sitting alone without engaging any other student in physical environment. So she was fully concentrating only on the online coordination and online facilitation. Other than that, the planning and reflection. In the planning and reflection, we found it that the engagement of the school teachers, undergraduate students, as well as the researchers are important. The school teacher role was very important to provide a feedback from the co-located session as well as from the online sessions. The co-located preparation was another very important aspect. We found it that for the co-located preparation, the role of the facilitator and the teacher is very important, that the teacher has some specific skills such as technological, transcultural, and intercommunication skill, as well as socio-emotional skills. For the online sessions, in terms of timing, time zone was an important aspect. We found 75 minutes as a nice time for the online design session with children, as well as to look at the time zone, because the country were based in the different time zone. So that was another important aspect to take care of. Other than that is flexibility. in the online session, and the hitches in the technology will always happen. So need to get ready and prepare for those type of things. The facilitation is one of the most important part to consider. The online facilitator supported by the local facilitators is another important aspect, and especially if the children are engaged from their homes, then one of the sibling or a parent role was important to facilitate the process. The co-located session, the duration was not very important and was not limited because it was the duration, it was in a physical activities. But then other than that, the outcome of such session was highly dependent on the group and the group activity. The design and development as a part of the process was important because the children wanted to see what was the outcome of their design session. So the development process after the design was another important aspect. The policy implication in terms of data, the ethical approvals, data management from the 3 different countries, and the children approval was another important aspect to take care of, and we specifically look at it. So thank you very much. This was my quick one. I hope I didn't exceed the 6 minutes. Sorry, Naska, if I did.
Or share your horrible experiences with the hybrid. So just congratulations from my side. How did you manage such a complex co-location setting? So just congratulations.
Yeah, is it a question? A comment. If you want to make it as a question, so the basic part is that the team which we are already engaged for the last 10-year close collaborations, and the international team, we were working already before the COVID physically to visit each other. So at a personal level, that was one of the part that we very nice understand each other. And the second thing was that we have a very close collaboration with the schools also. Each country team was very closely working with the school previously. So that helped us. I'm sure if it is a newly initiated activity, maybe it would be much more difficult. The second thing is that the whole duration, the whole process was around 1.5 years long. So it was a snowball process. It moved along. So the video that you have seen, it was our initial engagement, that we have a lot of challenges in terms of technology and those all. Later on, after like in the second year, then when we have designed our own system, which is developed on OER platform, and the students start playing on that, it is much more nicer. And we are also going to have a workshop on that in Nordic Thai conference. If anyone is attending, please come and join us. It's still open for the registration. Yeah, but that platform we are demonstrating there.
So you have a very large collaboration with people that has very different cultural background. So did you notice any cultural background, cultural issue, and which kind of topic could be dealt with in such kind of collaboration?
Yeah, so I think in terms of the contextual topic, it was interesting. Not in the research team, like the main researchers, because they are already engaged for a long time, so they understand the cultural context very well from the. But then at the student and children level, we found it very interesting. So for example, our children in Malaysia, they come to schools in a very basic uniform to attend, and there is a specific structure of the classroom. But when they were engaging with the student from Finland, and when they were sharing this thing, and the student was sharing, they can bring their pets to the classroom, and they need not to wear any uniform. So those type of question was in between them, this cultural understanding of each other. those type of question was between the students in the student conversation.